Yeah, players are excited about getting back into game week, and for us, obviously, not having to leave the state of Florida, friends and family going to be able to travel to a bunch of these games, and our guys are going to be able to play in front of them. So excited about that. Excited about getting back in front of our home crowd here next Saturday too.
Josh, you guys have with Otis Anderson, he's got more in the backfield as a halfback this year than as much as receiver. Is that a conscious decision, or is it more because of the fact there's so much talent at the receiver position?
Combination of multiple things. At times our backfield hasn't been at full strength. Lost a really good player a year ago in AK too that took some of those carries. Development of some of our young guys has just kind of been how it's played out this year. He's got the ability to play out there and be a mismatch as well.
How you doing, Coach?
Good.
So, so last month, winter athletes got their eligibility extended, meaning that every athlete now that plays in the year 2020 is had an extra year of eligibility. How would you say that this extra year of eligibility impacts your recruiting, whether it is for incoming freshmen, JUCO transfers, and or graduate transfers?
Yeah, I mean, you really on your own roster, most of your kids haven't made that decision whether they're going to come back or not. The NCAA has granted you a year of exception as far as being capped at 85. For us, we're going to continue to go out and recruit great players that are about the right things, and have a bunch of those guys that potentially will be coming in mid-year.
Coach, going back to the Houston game, when you look at some of the defensive players who stepped up in that game, guys like Tam Bethune and Eric Gaines, Cam Good, young players who played some football here certainly, but are now getting a larger role. What can those kinds of games do for your defense, not only this year but in the years ahead?
Yeah, I think every experience you have on the field has an opportunity to help you perform at a higher level. The experience that you gain, those are valuable opportunities. I think it creates urgency in the way that you prepare. If you haven't been preparing the right way, I think it's a lesson for all of our players. We talked about Derek Gaines here, the way he's played the last couple of weeks. Really, um, a guy that prepares the right way, practices the right way, and when his opportunity has come on the defense side of the ball, he's grown a bunch through special teams here over the last year. But when his opportunity has come on the defense side of the ball, he's been ready and prepared to go take advantage of it. And has been a guy that's gotten a game ball the last couple of weeks on the defense side of the ball the way that he's played.
Coach, you kind of stole my question. I was going to ask you about Derek Gaines, but I'll ask you about Cam Good because that's another guy who has started the last couple of
Yeah.
weeks, has seen more and more snaps. I'm sure he'll play even a bigger role going forward. What kind of growth have you seen from
Yeah,
Cam?
just as we went through the early part of the season, then you look at the productivity with the snaps that he was getting. He earned more opportunities, earned the opportunity to start, to play, has played at a really high level. I think a guy that's been more conscious of just in his practice habits, and that's parlayed into the way that he's played and taking full advantage of his opportunities. And Cam's that way, but a lot of our young guys here, and they got an opportunity last week to get better and get prepared for this one against a good Temple team.
Josh, with 3 games left in the regular season, what sort of growth and development do you want to see out of Dylan Gabriel in the next month or so?
I want to see growth from all of our guys. We're only as good as our next performance. Like a lot of the things we did, when we were on the road there a week ago. But for all of us, I think it's about preparing in great urgency, playing harder than our opponent, and then playing as a football team. Individually, from Dylan, I think he can continue to be great in his decision making. He's done a good job of taking care of the ball for the most part at this point through the season. But there's little things that he's going to continue to push and get better. The thing for him is just continuing to be consistent in his preparation. That leads you up to game time, and that's really what we've been talking about with our entire football team. Preparing with great urgency, spending extra time in the film room, and making sure that you're ready to go play as fast as you possibly can.
Josh, it's been about 6 or 7 weeks since we've seen trainings on the football field for you guys. How is he doing? What's his progress like? And what is his plan for the remainder of the season for you guys?
He's doing really well. Been out on the grass with us here this week and at the end of last week, and we'll kind of see where he's at here at the end of the week.
Coach, when you look at the way the offense is run, both on the ground and through the air the last 2 weeks, is this the most seamless that this offense has run since you've been at the head of it?
We're only as good as our next performance. We got to prepare the right way and have a really play with purpose, play for each other, and play with a physical presence. That's our 5 guys up front are tight ends, but that's also our guys out on the perimeter. Some of what you're able to do during the course of 60 minutes of play is predicated on what they're doing on the defense side of the ball and trying to attack the area of the field that you feel like you can take advantage of. And sometimes that's what you see during the course of the week leading up to kickoff. Sometimes you got to make schematical changes early in the ball game because they've changed what they've done. I think that's one of the things that I've been pleased with our football team, our offensive side of the ball, is that they don't care who's got the ball. They don't care if we're running it, don't care if we're throwing it. They're going to compete and play for each other, and we got to continue with that attitude as we finish down the stretch.
Josh, you guys have been playing 2 freshmen at cornerback with Devontae and Corey. What has that been like for you guys? And you've been pleased with the development you've seen from those guys week in and week out?
I think those guys have earned the right to take over those starting roles. I'm pleased with the way that they've prepared, their competitive nature. They've played really well out on the islands, the last couple of weeks. When they've given up a play or had, a penalty may have been called, whatever it might have been, they've hit the reset button and refocused on the next play. They're only going to get better with every snap that they take. At the same time, I love the way that they're competing out on the perimeter.
Coach, how the Temple Owls coming in on Saturday? What are some of the things that stand out to you when you're looking at them?
Yeah, they're always a team and a program that prides itself on their ability to play extremely hard. You see that on tape. Football team that's lost some close ball games here in the fourth quarter, and the score hasn't necessarily been indicative of the way the game has really played out for the first 3.5 quarters. They've been nicked up a little bit through COVID, a little bit through some injuries. I think they're getting a lot of their guys back on both sides of the ball for this one. It's a big test for us, and the next opportunity, we're only as good as this one. Prepare with great urgency. Let's go play together as a team and compete extremely hard.
Coach, another question about that defensive backfield. Considering the losses you guys have had there this year as well, what does it mean to have a guy like Devon Wilson now eligible, playing against Houston, playing all over the formation really? What can he add to your secondary?
Yeah, help us on special teams, help us on the defense side of the ball. A guy that has played at the nickel position primarily through his career before he got here. He's got the ability to play on the edge, at corner, play nickel, play safety spots. Again, he's been practicing with us on the defense side of the ball here, for probably the last month, taking a lot of reps there. So he's continuing to grow in what we're doing and anticipate him playing well down the stretch.
Thanks, Coach. We'll wrap up there. Thanks, everybody, and we'll be back with Dylan.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.